So cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
What shit is happening?
Oh, this is cool too. I got to bring up the chat. So I'll be able to see all of the chat from all the different places we're streaming to, but I can also see our viewer count on all of them too. So I like currently all zeros. I'm not gonna uh, dwell too heavy on those numbers today because nobody knew this was happening.
I'm surprised it's not the minus. We're at
Yeah,
-5.
yeah, for sure. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna get a drink first, and then we'll rock and roll.
Yeah, get a drink. What are you getting?
A Pepsi.
Because of your whole background. Got the tree there.
Oh, wait.
This gives us time for people to, log in online.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? Okay, you know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
You're gonna, if you're gonna do this, okay, okay. You're gonna be like that. There you go.
That a boy. Cheers.
Go. There you go. Wait.
That could be a can of rat poison for all I know. I can't see it.
There you go.
There we go. Cheers.
You see that blue. Cheers.
That's a beautiful blue. I could see that blue through anything.
Oh, I just dumped it all over myself. God damn it.
Well, it was worth it while it lasted.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Alrighty. I will introduce us into the podcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
He's in there somewhere. He's living in the mist right now. Stephen King's The Mist has come to life and has taken him. Or he's dropped his phone a bunch of times. That might also be.
Yeah, it's a little both. It's a little both.
Yeah.
You think that you're going to be in the fucking mist and you're not going to drop your phone a bunch of times?
Constantly. The mist.
Like, holy fuck.
It adds a moisture to you. Like there's a whole thing to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. But we are here. We are doing a new style of thing. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're actually live right now on YouTube, Twitch, and on riverside.fm, where you can actually call in if you're there. So somebody's actually watching on YouTube right now. Hello to that. But yeah, if you follow the links anywhere out on any of the socials, use my social Miscast Joe, you'll find the link to this on Riverside, and you can call in from there. Our call-in topic today will be Ask Us Anything. Our call-in topic next time will probably be the same because I find it very hard to believe that anybody's going to call in this first time.
Whatever.
I think we need to establish this a little bit first and maybe like get out the information a little bit more than, hey, we're doing this right now. But that's fine.
It's going to take a while for it to catch wildfire online.
Yes, man.
That one person's going to be like, hey, these guys are talking live. Let's call in.
Look at all the cameras. So this is a different camera that I showed you from the last time. So I just I got two of these guys. I'm going to put them all over my house and then create an HBO sexy show.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the ideal
yourself, though. There's nobody else. It's just you.
Just me scratching my fat ass.
Yep, exactly.
And just be like, and just with the most sultry music underneath it.
Sultry.
I don't know. I didn't know what else to say. So, been forever. How the hell are you, my man?
Oh my god, I'm okay. Okay, we talked yesterday. I'm having female problems.
Yeah.
That's about it. I've been at work for way the fuck too long.
Yeah, man. I kept thinking I was missing you and be like, how's that? Man, have I been too busy to check in to see what's going on? And then we were talking and then you're like, no, people just keep not showing up. So I just been staying here.
I've been at work for a million years.
Yeah. Well, I've missed you. We're glad to have you back. We tried to figure this out last week and we couldn't quite get it figured out. But now that we've got it set up.
This is way cooler than whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, the thing we tried doing this on Discord last time and it was messy and it didn't work quite as well. This is a much cleaner version where we can just all join in together and we can have audiences join us and we can multi-stream all at the same time. So all wonderful stuff. But
Did you see the preview for Brave New World?
no, I haven't.
It's fucking awesome, dude. This movie looks wicked.
Really?
I know
Oh,
people
I
are
have
like,
to.
did you see the new Thunderbolts preview
Yes, I've seen the Thunderbolts preview.
with Sentry?
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking fun.
Sentry is like, I'm guessing he's going to be on their side because
Yeah.
there was no way in fucking hell that the Thunderbolts could take Sentry.
Yeah. I don't know, like these are ones that I just don't know enough about. So I'm an easy mark for them just telling me you tell me what to think and I'll just
the only way that I know of Sentry
yeah.
is because when I read World War Hulk,
Oh
he
yes.
came back and he was like the strongest the Hulk has ever been.
Yeah.
And they said like him stomping his legs would knock a continent into the water.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And they called Sentry in the World War Hulk.
Oh.
They're like, Sentry, they're like, you have to stop being a depressed, piece of shit and get out of bed and fucking go fight the Hulk.
How many times, minus the Hulk fighting, how many times have you had to have that conversation with me?
Oh my god, like today, 5? Like
yeah, exactly.
And the end of World War Hulk is Sentry,
yeah,
and the Hulk just punching each other out.
Really?
Like neither one of them loses or wins. They just punch each other to the point where they're just like, okay, we're both good. We're good.
Yeah, okay, we get it. We can fight.
We worked it out. No, we worked it out. The aggression's gone. Like he has the power of 100 million exploding suns.
Oof. That's like too many.
Right.
Like
Which
I think
why,
like 2 is plenty.
Like when we see, Hulk be such a bitch ass in the MCU, it's like, okay, come on, the fuck, like.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, and it's like the same problem I've always had, and it's like the one thing they don't do with Superman is Superman is just too invulnerable, but his only weakness is the most boring thing in the world, and you hate when people utilize it with the whole kryptonite thing, right? And it's like, oh, okay, so either he has to be unbeatable or you have to accept this like dumb thing. And so like, yeah, I think they've tried to mitigate that a little bit with the Hulk, but yeah, you're like, everybody's like, no, the Hulk's way stronger than this. No, I get that, but we don't need another Superman problem on our hands.
Right.
Like, somehow it's got to be like, he's got to be exploitable in some way. Maybe not beatable, because like nobody ever like flat out beats him, kills him, or whatever. But like,
nobody beats anybody.
Yeah, but he loses a battle without losing the war, kind of thing.
What did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine?
God, it has been that long, hasn't it?
Yes.
Fuck. Oh, yep. I know. Wow. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It didn't do anything to like push the narrative of the MCU, but that's fine. Like movies can be their own thing. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think there was a lot of fun stuff with the two of them. I've heard rumors that they want to go another round with those two, and that Hugh Jackman might be a little hot to shoot again and like potentially show up in some other things.
Right. Oh my god, I thought it was, dude. Everybody said like there's no bad guy, which I totally disagree with. When you got to see what's her name putting her fingers through their heads,
such a cool effect.
I really liked it. I thought that movie was fucking hilarious.
It was really good.
He's like the guy was like dressing him, the tailor, and he's like slapping his ass and like grabbing his junk, and then he walks out and he's like, just to let you know, your tailor is a predator.
What was great though, it was just overall really good. It did a lot of good service to a lot of like former characters or would-be characters when you think of like Gambit and things like that. Um,
Oh, right.
it was like it was a lot of fun. And what I found really interesting was that there were still surprises. Like so many of those people got ruined. Like I knew so many of them were going to be in there, but like
Right.
to have like Chris Evans show up as the Human Torch,
It
like
was
I didn't.
amazing because you think he's gonna say I'm Captain America
Yeah, and it
or
just didn't
whatever. It is.
happen.
He's the Human Torch. That's hilarious.
That
That's
was
way funnier.
Oh god, it was so good, and it's like those guys are buddies, and like Chris Evans has got a really good sense of humor about these things, so I think that worked out really well. But like the surprises, like Blade was a huge surprise, Gambit was a huge surprise. I knew about Elektra, like it was nothing definitive, but they kept saying they saw her on set, and I'm like, there's no reason for her to be there otherwise. Um, they talked about Ben Affleck potentially being Daredevil on there, but that didn't pan
There's no
out.
way. That was Jennifer Garner there. Come on now.
Well, yeah, I mean, right? But yeah, like Blade being there was like, holy shit, like that one like shocked the hell out of me.
And I love that he's like, there's only one Blade. That's me. Like poor
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's such a problem too, because like that's faced so many problems, and it's like it's had so many delays that people are starting to like backlash against it. And I was kind of like, when they said that, I was like, oh, that's not good service to what's supposed to be coming, but it is what it is, right? It wasn't intended to like sabotage anything, but I was just like, oh, I feel like that wasn't the best time to do that.
Agreed. Still
Uh,
funny though.
no, still funny. Yeah. Yeah, you get away with a lot if you make me laugh. Um, what other? So I mean, yeah. So I guess like everything is just wide open to talk about because like there's been so many friggin' things going on. What
Yeah,
other
no shit.
movies? What other movies did we see and or
Terrifier
miss?
3.
Terrifier 3. I actually brought my daughter to go see that.
This is amazing. That's hilarious. What did you think of it?
She thought it was good. I think she liked 2 better, but 3 was like 3 went all in, man. Did you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And like
I
just like
agree with her. 2
I do
was
too.
better. They
Yeah,
do
2.
these weird like in one it was like these weird dream scenes or something where it was
Yeah.
just like this weird like number 3 dude. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
I didn't know what time frame they were in. They were flipping back and forth. I was like, what the shit is even happening?
Yeah.
It was gory, it was fun, but I was like, what the fuck?
I will tell you though, my hot take on this, just because of like the kind of genre movie it is and stuff like that, the girl did a fantastic job. Probably one of the best horror girl jobs in terms of being the traumatized person in a sequel. Like she did that like I'm acting
That's
okay for
very
everybody else.
specific.
It's
Traumatized
very
person in a sequel.
it can't happen any other time. Like Nev Campbell's not going to be traumatized. Well, I guess maybe she does have one thing,
exactly.
but like,
Yeah.
like Laurie Strode in Halloween, until she gets attacked by Michael Myers, she's not going to be traumatized. So you got to wait till the second one, and like it's that one, maybe a little bit too close for like she was still in the middle of that trauma. Whereas to me, like this one, like she had a lot of like she's gone through all this stuff. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows her for it. She's putting on a good face for her family, so everybody thinks she's okay, but she's very much not okay. And I was like, I thought she did an excellent job encapsulating that.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
She did a good job.
There we go. But yeah, it's I think for the most part, like they had some things in place. Oh, it says I have one new chat message. Sorry, I'm still learning how to do some of this.
See, what is it? What does it say? What does it say? Who is it?
I don't know. Unlock features.
So much came out. My Spotify came out today. Everybody did.
Your Spotify rap? There we go. I'm showing. Yeah. So what is it? What's your stats? What do you got?
89,017.
Oh my god.
Pure numbers. Last year, I'd let it run. I'd leave the room. This was all pure me listening.
Oh,
I'm
good
in
God.
the top 2% in the world.
Oh my God. That's so much.
Who's number one? And
I,
okay, so I want to know if the people that are in the same percentage as me or above being
yeah.
one,
Yeah. I feel
are
like
they
it's
lying?
Kanye listening to his own shit.
Exactly. He's not in the room though. He leaves the room. It's playing 24/7 at his mansion.
Yeah. And he has it playing
Right?
at all his houses and Diddy's houses now because those are
Yeah.
opened up.
Yeah, they are. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Well, probably some froggers. You know that
uh,
term?
I've heard it. I don't really know what it means.
It's when somebody lives at your house and you don't even know they're there.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was like a squatters kind of thing.
No, that's
Because
exactly
like
what it is.
frog
They
legs,
are squatting. They are squatting.
they're
But
squatting,
you
but
are
you're
still
also
living
there.
there.
That's
Yes.
terrifying.
Is it?
Should we do
Yes,
that?
right?
I think we should do podcasts live from inside other people's houses while they sleep.
That's amazing. Yes. Frog.com.
I can smell their love. What does that mean? Gross.
Tune in to find out.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else I watched. I watched the first episode of the Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh, how was that?
It was a lot of fun. Like you go online and instantly people were shitting on it already because the first 2 episodes came out, but I came home and I got home really late and I only had time to watch one before because I had to be up in the morning and I was just like, okay. So I got one out. I'm actually going to watch the other one when we're done this, but it was a lot of fun. It's a very different vibe because it's like kids. Like the first episode is just all the kids. Right. So you're in like this place that kind of suburban, like it's still got speeders and like spaceships and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And droids are the teachers and all that kind of stuff. But like I saw somebody based on the trailer alone and they're like, this isn't Star Wars. I'm like, dude, you haven't even seen a
It
goddamn
looks just like Star Wars to me.
yeah. So it was interesting. It definitely leaves you like with a hey, where are we gonna go from here kind of vibe. So I'm looking forward to that. It had a little bit of funny stuff in it, had some fun like little Easter eggs, and it's got that kind of Goonies adventure vibe, and I'm looking forward
That's
to
what it
seeing
looked
where
like
that.
to me too.
Yeah.
From the preview I saw, I was sitting at work and it came on the TV and I was like, oh shit! I was like, look at this. And it was like totally, yeah, like Goonies Star Wars esque. And it's got, what the hell is his name?
Jude Law?
Yes. Fuck, Jude Law. God damn. Yes.
Yes. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'm still very much like an F you to everybody who was like just trying to flat out trash the Acolyte. On top of that, they're like, oh, it's so woke. I'm like, why? Because they hired women. Like that's like
exactly.
That's their version of going woke. I'm like, it was a really cool story.
I'll have to watch all these in the winter.
Yeah.
I've got lots of time.
There you go. But like it was a very cool story. I think that like we talked about it a little bit. Like Kamir, who's like the main bad guy, is like he's so interesting because he's not just like a flat out evil dude, but at the same time, like he's not good either. The way he was fighting, remember I told you about his mask and how he's like headbutting like the lightsabers and all that. Like it was just so interesting. But they are fairly confident. Well, I don't know that they're confident, but they are still talking about the possibility that they might come back. Like I think that there's a groundswell that's still like we want to see more of these people, and like there's a chance that can like bring it back. I mean, it's just Disney Plus. It's not like they're putting out a goddamn movie, so who cares?
Exactly. You're just paying. You're getting content that you paid for. Why complain?
Exactly, right? And it's like sure it's gonna cost I was gonna say, sure, it's gonna cost a bunch of money, but like it's gonna cost less than one of your Marvel things where you want to sneak in like one of the like MCU big actors, and then all of a sudden that costs triple. And so, like, what the hell? Have some fun. Tell some new stories.
Exactly. Within the universe, which is what everybody wants, but then when they get it, they're like, they don't like it.
Yeah. So yeah, so I mean that is what it is. Nothing's new there. Um I had a chance. I was gonna get to go and review Mufasa, but I'm gonna be in Florida during that period. So that's one thing. I am heading with the fam jam to Disney World next week. We're gonna be having some fun, doing some stuff. I'll actually be probably shooting a couple of videos there too for YouTube.
Well, I should hope so. You're for 9 days.
We're gonna be spending a lot of time. We're gonna be eating a lot of food, doing the holiday festival stuff, um, getting a lot of shopping in, doing a ton of rides. So it's gonna be a blast.
You're not gonna go to Universal and go to friggin' Nintendo Land?
That's not open yet.
Where are you going, Florida?
Yeah. It's open in California. It's not open in Florida yet. That's part of Epic
Oh,
Universe.
it's not? Oh,
No.
I thought it was oh.
I'll tell you. And again, like we've talked about the whole Universal and Disney thing and all that, but for the time I was going to be there, so people who don't know, I was supposed to go in October, but then the hurricane that shut down their airports and stuff made us not be able to go. So we had to postpone, and which is what we're postponing to now. But I was going to Universal, and I was going to do Halloween Horror Nights, which I was very much looking forward to. They were going to say, well, you can come, like you would just, your tickets will just be good for another day. I'm like, what day? I'm not coming. Like, I was like, I'm not coming till
that day that you're not coming, it's open.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not coming till December now. What do you want me to do? And they were like, okay, we'll give you your money back.
Oh, good. Well, shit.
So,
like, what the fuck? Like,
they were just going to leave it open ended and be like, oh, if you come next year, you can use them. And I'm like, it's like, my family's not going to. My family's gonna not gonna abide me taking them to Florida every trip we go on. So we're gonna be doing something different next year. We might be doing a cruise next year.
Wait a second, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
So this is it. Dave told you.
Yeah.
This is the last Disney thing we're doing.
No,
what are you gonna do next year? What are you gonna do next year?
We've talked about two things. We talked about doing a cruise. And actually, it's not less Disney. They just don't want to go to, like, Carrie was just like, I just don't want to go to Disney World every single time we go on a vacation, which is totally fair.
Shit, yes.
Right? And that was never something that was being floated. She was just like, I just want to do something different. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. So we talked about
do a Disney cruise?
Potentially. Or this one's even better. We were talking about potentially going to Japan.
Oh, there you go.
And while we're there, because we'd probably do, like, if we were going to Japan, we'd probably do 2 weeks. And if we're going to be there that long, we're going to Tokyo Disney.
No shit.
So Tokyo Disney Sea I've seen, like, both of them. I've seen a lot of video and stuff on both of them. Tokyo Disney Sea is supposed to be the best of all the parks.
I have read that as well.
It's amazing, and they're cheap by comparison. They're like $50.
I've also read that Disney Tokyo. That one is amazing.
They're outstanding.
It's not a very big island. You should go to Universal, then you can go to Nintendo Land.
Yeah, no, and we probably would, because they have a pretty interesting whole thing there. And like I said, if we're going to be there for like a really long time, we'll have the opportunity to see a lot. So
would I fit on Disney Tokyo rides?
Yeah, they're not built small, from what I can see. Like, it's not like, again, there's not a lot in the way of like roller coasters where they have like crazy ride vehicles that have like the different harnesses and all that kind of stuff. It's like you're sitting in the ride. You're fine.
Okay, that's good.
Should be fine. What else? So yes, that was that.
Is anybody calling?
No, we got no calls, and that's the.
Call somebody then. Call somebody.
I can't call out on this. I can only invite people in. So it's like, is that like vampire rules? You can only invite you have to invite them in.
You have to. Yeah, exactly. Like okay.
Okay.
You can't call anybody.
No, you can't call out. I don't know how it would work if like you FaceTimed somebody, but I don't know. Yeah, but what else do we have? I'm just trying to think of what else is going on. just something I've been listening to lately. The Lonely Island and Seth Meyers are doing a podcast, and I've been listening to that, and it's called The Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast. It's not very it's not too heady, but it breaks down, they go through all of the episodes where there was a digital short, and they talk about the
Right.
digital short and whatever else is going on. But what's really fun is they do a lot of good behind the scenes stuff, but they're also not afraid to like shit on their own work,
Oh, it's good. I like that.
where they're like, this was absolute trash. But like also
Terrible or whatever. Yeah.
also Seth Meyers will be like, I hate that you got to do this or whatever. And they talked about like good examples. Andy Samberg was trying to get his Beetlejuice impression on the show for years and years and years. And the one time he got close, it was a meet the press, and it was a very serious like meet the press, like this week on Meet the Press, Senator Barney Frank will answer the question, blah, 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 blah. And replacing the host this week is Beetlejuice. And then it's just Beetlejuice, like, dude, he's like, what do you think about Sandworm, Senator Frank? Like, and that was just the whole thing, but it never got on. But he got on as Beetlejuice only a few weeks ago when Michael Keaton was the host.
Oh no shit! So he got his.
And he came out as Beetlejuice on that because he was already in the episode as like a guest.
What did you think of Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice.
I was disappointed.
I didn't like it.
In the moment I was enjoying myself, but like looking back on it as I kind of came out, it was like, all right, they just redid a bunch of the scenes that they did before. The Monica Bellucci.
She was never even in it.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but if that entire like storyline was completely removed, nothing would have mattered. What
exactly.
the movie,
there's like 3 of them that you could have taken out of that movie.
Yeah. What the movie should have been, and I would have also taken, honestly, I would have taken almost all of Justin Theroux's rollout too.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing. Yep, there's like 5 storylines going, and none of them needed to be there.
Yeah, a hard agree. So what I would have done is I would have made Justin Theroux her producer, which he was, but like I would have taken out the whole relationship thing, and I would have had him try to exploit bringing back Beetlejuice, and then him getting out would have been the cause for Willem Dafoe's cop character.
Yes.
To get involved, and then that's your story.
That's way better than what they did.
It was just such a bummer, and it was like, because it was so cool to see Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. It was cool to see
Catherine O'Hara, I think, was the star of the show.
Always.
Her scenes were amazing when she died. When she died, she was there. She was fucking amazing.
Yeah, she's so good, and like, and what's her face there? Winona Ryder was good. Like, she didn't really have to do a whole lot, but like she did fine. I didn't mind the dad plot and them like seeing the dad on the other side and him helping them out. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it didn't hit the same way at all.
There was too many characters. There's too much shit happening.
I agree. I think it was one of those, like, we're not going to get a chance to do this again, so let's just get all of our ideas out at once, which was detrimental to the whole movie.
I agree. Did you see The Substance?
No, you told me about it. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should see The Substance.
Everybody should see The Substance. I told Carrie about it, and I was like, I got to see it at some point, and then I just never got around.
It's awesome. I think it's one of the better movies of this entire year.
Yeah.
It's The Substance and Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 favorite movies of the year.
Inside Out 2, like, it's even like they said, what was the psychologists were saying, like, Inside Out 2 is like, oh, you must show people this movie, like it will help them understand themselves better than like pretty much any movie in existence. And I was like, holy, like wow, it's like, you would think it's just like a Pixar movie, it's not that deep, but like they really know how to do that.
They rocked it. That movie was awesome.
Yeah,
It was way better than part one.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. It was like I think like part one was definitely necessary because it introduces you to what that world is, and I think that it would have still been really good, but I think if they would have had to like been burdened with trying to explain everything that was going on at all times, that would have been like a little bit much for it. I think that just like saying, "Hey, we know what this world is. Now here's new people in this world," was like the best way to go about it.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
Man, yeah. Um Trying to think of what else.
We seen a preview for Craven the Hunter. It looks pretty good,
Yeah.
actually.
I saw a preview for Craven. I don't know. I can only hold out so much hope for the Sony ones, right?
No shit, because they do the same thing every year.
Yeah.
Every year at the exact same time, they put out some stinker of some Morbius. Who was before? Like, who the fuck, like...
It was it's been the Venom trilogy.
I can't believe Venom 3 did as well as it did. This movie is total fucking trash.
I liked it because they were like, it's the last one. I'm like, yeah, but we didn't care about the first two. But apparently people were like, they got that like while supplies last kind of vibe, and they're like, oh, quick, we gotta go see it.
We'd better go see this one. Like, and it actually was the best of the Venom movies, but it was so dumb as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that whole thing, and like I know there's a version in the comics where there's like the good like Agent Venom and all that kind of stuff, and they want to go kind of that route where he's like the anti-hero, whatever. I just want him to be the bad guy in a friggin' Spider-Man movie. Like that's all I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it simple.
Who he is. He's Spider-Man's bad guy.
Exactly. It's like I don't need well, actually, I was going to say this as an example, but it's a true thing. I don't need the Joker. I don't need a bunch of movies about the Joker. Just be Batman's bad guy. I'm good enough with that.
Did you see Buddy? Barry Keoghan?
Barry Keoghan, yeah.
As the Joker?
Yeah, I saw some of the stuff, and I saw in
the Bat. There is no way in fucking hell that ugly fuck would get Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
No fucking way in hell. And he's going to be in the Batman too. I thought the Batman was awesome. I think
the Batman was great.
Robert Pattinson is awesome. Apparently, the Penguin on HBO there is wicked, but there's no fucking way in hell that Joker gets Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know. She's crazy, so we have to like factor that in, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, no, this transcends crazy. He's
like, yeah, his whole face is just fucked, like. But maybe she sees underneath. Maybe she really is. Maybe,
Yeah. Yeah, some people out there are ready to go. But, yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm still very... I was going to say on the fence about Barry Keoghan, but I'm really leaning on one side of the fence going, I don't really care for him. He's too fucking weird.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Like when he closed off the set to whatever show he was doing, and his like, I never saw it. I can't remember what the name of it is, but he closed the set off, and there was nobody there. Mm-hmm. And then it was like his girlfriend or boyfriend. I think his boyfriend or girlfriend died, and he fucks the grave.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I watched
who in life
a ton of that movie.
Did that or would do that?
I watched a ton of that movie. That was a Bananas movie. By the way, I do it all the time. I do it with strangers. I'm like, you up? No. Yeah. Okay, even better.
Are you up? Because I
am. But yeah, no, you got that to look forward to. I haven't bothered watching the Penguin. I was interested in it, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like it feels so removed from being like a Batman thing. Like he doesn't even call he doesn't even call himself Oswald Cobblepot. He's like Oz or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, like I was like, I don't care. I'm like, it's just a mob movie that just happens to take place in Gotham. But show.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And I also got rubbed a little wrong because that was around the time because the Acolyte was out, and they're like, "Oh, the Acolyte's a bomb." And I'm like, "It's one of the highest like viewed streaming shows ever." And then it was like this like episode had like this many viewers, blah blah blah. It was their first episode, and then that came out, and they're like, "Look how amazing this is doing," and it had like 2/3 the viewership. I'm like, okay, so the same person said this is doing amazing and this is bombing, and knows what the viewership of each one was, knows that this one got less, and it was not a bomb, and like obviously not a bomb. It was like the Penguin. It did really well, but the other one did so much better, and they're like, yeah, it bombed. It bombed. It's not good, but this
The
is good.
bomb.
Like, and I'm just like, so either they don't know what a bomb means, or
They don't care.
they don't care.
What the hell? Got some gray going on there, bud. Look at the grays.
Yeah, you know how it is. Life is just being sucked out of me slowly but surely.
You can't see mine. I got some.
No.
I got lots. Actually, I got lots.
Well, you've got lighter hair first off, and right now you're in the mist, so I can't even tell that you have an eyes.
Exactly.
So I know you're wearing glasses.
Mist, bro. It's all gray.
It's like that's where the parties all are. You just feel around in the mist, and whoever's touching whoever,
right.
don't worry about
Tentacles, whatever, balls. Who cares?
Mostly tentacles, from what I recall.
Yeah, from your time in the mist.
Yeah. So I made a really cool discovery because we'd been talking about like me wanting to watch some like old wrestling and specifically like old Royal Rumbles and stuff like that. Ton of them in their entirety on YouTube.
No way.
Yeah, I was just like, somebody was just like, yeah, go on to YouTube. And they had like the 89, the 92, the 93, the 98, and like, there's like 15 or like at least 15 of them just sitting there ready to watch from beginning to end. And I was like, oh shit.
Okay, you know what? I couldn't help it. We said mist too many times.
I'm sorry. Are you having a Sierra mist?
Gorillas in the midst of a race riot.
Oh, great. We have not watched that movie yet, have we?
I don't think we have.
God, we got to watch that soon. Oh, you know what? I was holding out hope. I actually reached out more than one time, just like on Twitter and stuff, to Rusty Cundiff,
the Rusty.
And I was trying to see if I could get him and like interview him on the show. Maybe I'll do like one more reach out to each of them and see if I can like get somebody on to interview. And
I'm sure you can't get Lamar. What's Lamar doing?
He's doing a lot of cons, to be honest.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
So they're always around doing something. Maybe that'll be a lucky thing where it's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he's like, I'm just going to be like at a hotel. And then like all the Revenge of the Nerds people are there. And then we can talk to Booger at the same time.
Yeah.
But we're still only going to talk about Fear of a Black Hat.
Of course. Yeah, not
it was like,
yeah.
Then they all have to
No.
Then they all have to admit in front of him that they've never seen it. Little backstory for everybody. So Todd and I were house sitting one time, and he was sleeping upstairs and I was sleeping downstairs, or the other way around, but like we were separate.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yep.
Okay. And we were just both watching TV because like you were degenerates who just don't go to sleep when it's obviously time to go to sleep. And I'm watching this show or this movie, and it's very, this is Spinal Tap-esque, but it's all about hip hop, and it's called Fear of a Black Hat. And then I can't remember, did you come down to me?
Yes.
Yes. And you came down and you're like, dude, and it was on commercial, and you're like, dude, I'm watching this movie right now. It's called Fear of a... I'm like, I'm watching it too. You're like, all right. And he just came down and we just sat on the couch and watched the rest of the thing together. And it's so incredibly funny. Hits on
it's
so
just
many
like
things.
a spoof of the NWA.
It is.
The story of the NWA.
Yeah. Well, and what was really cool about it too is because, again, yeah, it has a lot of the same vibes of This is Spinal Tap, because it's got like the documentarian following them around, and that's a character in the movie. And then they have like all those kind of moments where like you see them off on their own, and like the one guy showing off his speakers and like these go to 11, and then the other guy showing off his guns. So like those mirrored bits are there, but it's just like there's just such a treasure trove of funny things to go through in hip hop that they just every single thing they nailed on the head. Like when a rapper just becomes a cop in movies and stuff like that. And
Dude, remember that scene where it was like, I don't know if it was in the video, but it was like just an ass being slapped.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the sweat
That was
flies
the.
It
It was a spoof of "I'm Gonna Knock You Out." It was after they broke up, and he's like, "Granny said, kick your ass," and he just like hits this wet ass that like jiggles when he hits. It's so funny. And they had the same thing where, like in Spinal Tap, the drummer always kept dying under mysterious circumstances. Their managers keep dying under death.
Oh, I never put that together actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, there is a lot of mirrored to Spinal Tap.
It is, and it's like, and I was there, like every single thing. Like there was never a time when I'm like, oh, they ripped that off. I was like, I'm here for it. You've used it in a different voice, and I'm so happy to see it.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll definitely do that one down the road. If I'm lucky enough to be able to reach out to somebody, I'll try. I will make that effort. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't like taken a swing and was like, hey, well, you want to you want to talk? You want to like you want to come on this thing?
Do this thing? I'll call
yeah.
him. Fuck,
I'll
I'll
have to.
Fuck that. I'll call Rusty.
Yeah, I got his number. You have his number?
I've had it for years. Just never call him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to keep. Yeah, I like to keep him wanting more.
I never answer.
All right. So there's a thing I wanted to do with you. You got a brief glimpse of it earlier. I wanted us to react. I have not read through this myself either, except for the very first page. There was just a dumb listicle called 30 Fantastic Roles that got absolutely ruined by the wrong actor. So I wanted to just go through them and just like react to them and see if like they even understand what they're talking about or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and share that right now. So it'll just take a second.
Is he going to show up? Are you going to see this?
Yeah, you'll see it. There we go.
Oh my god.
So
look at his mustache.
So that's John Wayne playing Genghis Khan for people who don't know. For people who really don't know, John Wayne is not a Mongolian. This was back when real whitewashing was happening.
It doesn't even matter that he's white. No. It's fantastic roles that got absolutely ruined by the wrong mustache.
Yes. No, that's the right mustache. I think that's the only thing they got right.
Oh my god. Like, okay.
It's so bad. And he's just so like every time they like he is perfect for like the cowboy movie because he sounds like that. Oh, how you pilgrim, blah blah blah. But like when he sounds like that in this too. I've seen clips of this movie.
No, and it doesn't sound different ever.
No, he's not even trying. He's just like, this is what I'm gonna do. Yes, but I'm a giant star, and you're gonna have to accept it.
Yeah. He just acts as Charlton, as he does.
Yeah. All right. So that is what it is. So let's see what the next one is. Ooh, ad.
That's John.
Walt Disney World.
Charlton Heston. That was John Wayne.
Oh, did I say Charlton Heston?
No, I might have thought Charlton Heston would, but that was John Wayne.
Yeah, that's John Wayne. Yeah. All right. So this one I don't necessarily agree with. So this is Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher.
Oh, terrible. Agreed.
Now, I know that like a lot of people who read the books and whatnot were like, oh, he's supposed to be huge and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't see how that would matter. In fact, like what I don't want somebody who looks like and I don't want people who look like they're going to win every fight to be the guy fighting. Like there has to be stakes. And it's like in the Reacher show, which they're like, yeah, it's much more accurate and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, fair. That's fine. But I'm like, this is giant dude. And then when he's like surrounded by like 4 or 5 guys, he's like, hey, I'm going to beat you all up. I'm like, yeah, he could probably beat them all up. But when it's Tom Cruise, but when it's Tom Cruise, you're like, well, what's going to happen?
Right. And also, why would anybody in John Reacher or Jack Reacher world go up to the new guy and be like, I'm going to beat you up?
Yeah.
Clearly this man is going to kill you and your whole crew and your whole family.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you step to this guy?
I know.
Right? So what you're saying is correct. Like it's like nobody.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
All right.
breaking handcuffs. And I ride the bus, breaking. Thank you. But
Yeah.
I will say no with Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
He rides the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
I ride the bus. So I'm like,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Well, you are basically Jack Reacher.
Well, exactly. Well, I'm reaching, all right.
Yeah.
The reach around.
Yeah. Ooh, gross. All right. Next up, Jared Leto as the
Oh,
Joker.
God, yes.
Now, I need to know some things before I just full on co-sign this. Yes, I don't think he was good and all that, but I'm like, whose idea was most of this? Because like Jared Leto is a crazy person, so I could see him
Who,
going, "This is who I want to be." But I could also
who
see
do you
that
think? Who do you think?
I don't know. Well, because it was for Suicide Squad and it was David
Zack
Ayer.
Snyder.
Yeah. Oh God. Like it was just like,
Zack Snyder.
yeah, this one was just such a nightmare, and it was like, but like, I don't think that his performance is what hurts it. It's the style. It's what they decided to do with him. Like, I don't think like this
Well,
is one
yeah, but
time when. Go ahead.
they allowed him to do this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. No, that's
like
true.
you know what I mean? Like just let the guy do whatever he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny too is that I think more people know that Suicide Squad than the good one with Starro.
Oh, 100%. Well, because this one has gotten so much more press because they tried, but like they tried to do the air cut thing like they did with Snyder Cut. Like right after that came out, they're like, oh, air was like, oh yeah, no, me too, right? And they're like, no, we're not doing this again. Like,
But then that Joker, I remember seeing it was like the extended Justice League or something,
yeah,
and it was like Nightmare World.
yeah, it was,
And it
it
was like
was,
Batman and the Joker, and they're in this wasteland, and they have this
yeah.
conversation. I'm like, this is worse. I was like, why did you put this in?
Do you know why he put it in? I'll tell you the exact reason. He put it in because that was what the next movie was supposed to be. So
Oh
actually, what it was
God!
supposed to be, Justice League was supposed to be a trilogy. The first movie he fought against what's his face? Not Dark. So what is the first person he fought?
Steppenwolf?
Steppenwolf. Supposed to fight Steppenwolf. Then he was supposed, and then the next one they were supposed to fight Darkseid. And then the third one, the the inciting incident was going to be that Batman slept with Lois Lane, and then Superman goes crazy and becomes the bad guy, and starts nightmares, and so Superman's the bad guy in the final one.
Nice.
That was the plan. And they were trying to, he was giving you a little tease. He's like, oh man, if only DC didn't like, like chop me off at the legs, you'd be getting this art right now. But you can't
Superman
because
would not ever do that. Superman in reality, would find out this happened, and
yeah,
he would just be like, "Fuck y'all." He wouldn't start Nightmare World.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Like,
destroy
he's
everything
Superman.
because I don't have a girlfriend.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, it was whatever. And it was just, again, Snyder doesn't understand any of the characters, period. But like, what I did like about James Gunn's Suicide Squad over Ayers too is, or something I respected about it, was the fact that he understood things that worked from the first one and brought them. He's like, well,
Yes.
obviously, like, Harley Quinn worked and everybody liked that. So that's coming over. And like this guy's coming over.
When's isn't there a Homecoming preview out or no?
I don't know. Eventually.
That's his Superman movie. I thought there was a preview that came out.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not. If you don't know, then no, then it didn't. It was probably a fake one on YouTube or something.
Yeah. All right, here comes the next one. We're doing another DC. And yeah, this is an absolutely. Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was such a weird mistake.
A weird mistake, a mistake in general.
It was a mistake in general, but it was just like one of those, like, I don't know what the motivation was to go in this direction.
I
Like
don't either. Ask Zack fucking Snyder.
yeah, I feel like he was like, what is the billionaire of today? He's like, it's the tech billionaire. It's like that kind of guy. And then there was like, hey, who's the guy who played the Facebook guy? Like, I feel like it was that simple. It's like he played Zuckerberg.
So far in this list of miscast people
Yes.
on miscast commentary, there's
Yes.
2 Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The next one, I'm gonna blame Zack Snyder. Whoa, envelopes.
Oh wow.
Johnny Depp as Wonka. This movie was a whole flat out mistake.
Agreed.
It was like I understand they wanted to make like we want to make more of a Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, which is why they made Charlie in the Chocolate Factory instead of Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. But like he was so weird in it. He was like he kind of looks like a vampire. Like he looks like he should be a Lestat in this shot.
Yes.
But he also looks like he's a Wayans brother in white face makeup.
It's like the same as the the Dark Shadows, like the same character.
Yeah, it's so bad. The movie was just wall to wall terrible.
Just a CG nightmare.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, I don't know that I agree with this. Emma Watson as Belle? I don't think she wasn't a problem.
I do not agree. I disagree with that. No way. She was totally fine.
If you didn't like this, it's because you didn't like what was going on around her.
Yeah, you didn't like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Harry Potter drama.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but I mean, like, too, like it was. I don't know. I just have a very hard time seeing her as being the problem in any way, shape, or form in this one. It was like, so people, like it says here, what does it says? She's got the looks down, but her singing is her singing was fine. There was no problem. It's like, let them do whatever. And then her acting is stiff and fretful. I'm like, I don't think it was that bad.
Stiff and fretful.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You got to remember, listicle writers are trying their best.
Right. What the hell, like?
All right. Next. Yeah, I get where they're going with this one, because like to have like he didn't even try to be like it's a whole everything's in England, and he's like, yeah, all of our actors aren't even going to bother trying to be British.
I
can see it. Literally I'm trying to think of somebody who wasn't American. It was like
Morgan Freeman.
Yes, Morgan Freeman. No, God, why
He's
can't
right?
Snape? Yes. Snape. Why can't I think of his goddamn name? Alan Rickman. He was like the only one. He was the only one. It's like everybody else was an American in this, and they're all like, we're just going to be full-on Americans talking about being British all the time.
Do you think that like it irked him, but he was like, the paycheck, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. This was an interesting time for Costner, because it was coming out of a few hot things and like just sort of like leading into basically all of the things that put him in like, movie star jail. Like these were like your what's it called? The Postman and like stuff like that, right?
Yeah, well, he came right back, man. Yellowstone, he can all come back now.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that's coming back. That was like 25 years later.
You're right. Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah.
He came right back.
He was.
Yeah. One Timothy. All right, whoa. One Timothy Chalamet's life later, and you could finally start doing movies again.
Sorry, my sinuses are fucked.
Okay. Ugh. Well, I hope you survive.
Just hearing it. You're not seeing it. You're just hearing it.
I'm not seeing it. I'm hearing it. I feel like I feel like the hearing it's the worst part.
Oh, it might be actually. I remember they said that they had a huge fight scene at the end that they had planned, but the swords were so heavy that they couldn't, they couldn't manage them for such a long period of time. So the fight scene at the end is way shittier than it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Bad planning has screwed up so many movies. And like I listen to a lot of different podcasts about like these behind the scenes things and stuff like that. And they'll talk about like, oh yeah, they had this thing and they were gonna do this gigantic scene at the end, but they blew all their money on this other scene instead, and then they just had to like cobble something together. And I'm like, no, that shouldn't be happening. If you have producers, they should be making sure that exactly doesn't happen. Oh my god, was that one of the tentacles?
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh
It's
man.
Marty. It's
Oh, there you
Marty.
go. Marty!
Come here, come
Marty!
here, come here, come here.
Oh, I didn't get to introduce you to our kitten. We got a baby kitten.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
what? What do you mean?
Yeah, my daughter, she did a 17-page PowerPoint presentation telling us that she deserves a kitten named, she wanted a black cat named Binks.
Okay.
So we were like, okay. And
She gave this presentation to you at home.
yes, and it was the funniest and most thoughtful. Like she put so much thought into it and stuff, and we were just like, oh man. But like we weren't gonna do it because it was like we've got 2 cats and that's a lot, and we weren't gonna say yes. And then we were like, her grades are like like her grades have shot up this year. She joined things like student council, she joined the volleyball team. Like she's just doing so much and she's just crushing right now, and she like put so much thought into that it really meant something to her. So we're like, yeah, let's do it.
Right.
So she's around here somewhere. She's been jumping into our Christmas tree a lot.
No way.
Yeah, I got video today actually. I'll put it in our socials after, but the cat and dog chasing each other around, and then the dog chased her up onto the couch and she just jumped directly into the tree. Meow.
Hey. Hey.
Is that
Get out of there.
is that an orange cat?
But yes, he took a thing.
You and your orange cats, man, they always go crazy. You know better.
Oh yeah, they're all crazy.
You bet. All right, next up on the list.
Black Friday.
Jake Gyllenhaal is the Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. He's so Peruvian.
Well, that would be from Peru, not from Persia.
Yeah,
but
no shit, no.
yeah, but also same diff for what we're talking about here. I think that this obviously is bad, but like I feel like the whitewashing ones just kind of go without saying, and it's like, yeah. It's the movie. It's like I don't say the actor ruined the movie. I say the director ruined the movie by casting the wrong actor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the studio.
Yeah, the studio. Well, that was a big thing. Was it Ridley Scott for like what was the movie? It was one of the sword and sandals kind of movies. It was the Gods of Egypt or whatever it was. Okay. And they was all white people in that, and they're like, well, you're not going to be able to, get box office with yeah. So and it was basically they're like, yeah, like you're not going to sell out box office with brown people. I'm like, then don't make those movies. Make a different movie then.
Well, they said, hey,
yeah,
there
we go. Next up, again, I don't.
Hell yes.
See, so Clooney and Batman and Robin is this so not good for sure, but also like how much of that is attributed to Schumacher and not to Clooney, right? Like that's where it's hard.
I did appreciate the bat nipples though.
Yes. The bat nipples, see, like, and to me, everybody's like, oh, it's bat nipples. I was like, that just made me laugh so hard. It makes no sense. It's so dumb, but it just made me laugh so hard.
I just like that, Buddy there is like such an old Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, we're roughly the same age, right?
Yeah, like exactly. Like what the shit like.
Yeah. I like that suit. I honestly like that Robin suit though.
Oh, great. It's a good suit.
Yeah, not too shabby.
What a fucking movie. Who was the bad guy in that one? Was that Two-Face and
No, that was Val Kilmer. That was the Val Kilmer one, part 3. Batman Forever. This one was Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy.
Right to the lesser. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there somebody else? No, I think that was it. But yeah, it was like, oh no, Bane was in that one too.
Ralph Moeller was also in it.
Oh, who was he? Was he Bane?
No, Ralph Moeller. He was like a security guard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, poor guy never really broke through. He did Best of the Best too, and then like Gladiator, and then it was like Gladiator, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna get somewhere with him, and he's like, nah, we're not doing anything with him. Don't
No,
worry about
but
it.
you know, Arnold hooked him up. Arnold hooked him up.
Yeah,
Whenever Arnold was there, there's Ralph Moeller. You
yeah,
know.
for sure. All right, next up.
What is this one? That's
Oh,
Harry Potter.
no, they're talking about her playing Ginny Weasley. I ha- I don't
Wait.
I don't think so. I think like if you want to complain about because like she doesn't get used a whole bunch in the movie, but it's got nothing to do with her. It's they just cut stuff out or like utilized her differently, and
I disagree with that one.
yeah, yeah, I don't think that.
She's all right.
I think book fans again like she has zero chemistry with Radcliffe. It's not that they have zero chemistry; it's that they never worked together because she was in no scenes. That's gotten her.
Exactly.
That's not their fault.
Hey, where are you going with that? Oh my god, he's just taking shit.
Yeah.
Now he took the plug from the sink.
Oh,
Hey.
good God. Ours has been
Get out of
taking
here.
pens.
What the hell? Okay, right.
Okay,
Oh, this
next up.
Timu Friday.
Yeah. J Law is Mystique. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, that's a tough one too. Because it's like she wasn't really in any of it.
I don't know. To me, it's
Barely
like,
in it.
yeah, they're like, she's not doing anything drastic or emotional or anything like that. And it's just like, whatever, they were trying to give her a little something like his origins as to why she might become a bad guy outside of that. Cause like this person's like, I liked Rebecca Romaine's. I'm like, Rebecca Romaine was like the character was meant to like be established. It's like, you should know who this is already. And this is their deal. And
Right.
this one was trying to give you a little something.
I hated these movies.
Yep.
None of the characters were proper. Like,
yeah.
I hated David. What's his name? I was gonna say David Ayer. It's not David Ayer. It's
David S. Pumpkins.
Yeah, what the fuck is his name? And the guy that directed all the X-Men movies.
Oh, why is his name? Oh my God.
I'm not kidding. I know. I'm not getting it. It's fuck.
I'm
Anyways,
looking at
whatever.
him.
We'll think it out. We'll think it out.
Didn't he have an island too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Brian
he did.
Singer. I don't know why that made me remember before I got it looked up, but it was Brian Singer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He's an island unto himself, all right.
Yeah. All right, Cameron Diaz in Gangs of New York.
She stuck out movie altogether, so I don't really know.
Yeah. I don't know. The only scene I even really remember from that movie is like right before the fight when it's Daniel Day-Lewis and
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, but he's across from Liam Neeson. Yeah. And they have that like by the rights of warriors and blah blah blah, like all that like nonsense. It's like that's all I remember.
Yeah, and then nothing happens. Bombs go off and you never see any fighting and yeah.
Yeah. That's like the rumble in The Outsiders. It's like Coppola genius.
Right, just never. Oh,
yeah.
Who's this?
Adam Driver's
Kylo Ren?
Yeah. Okay, so this one's already terrible. Adam Driver's Kylo Ren. No way he's the child of Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. So what? You had to find somebody who was like a genetic match to them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I disagree with this one. He was not a problem with these movies.
I didn't like the movies themselves, but he wasn't the problem.
Yeah. There you go. Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Keanu in anything at this time too, because he was also in Dangerous Liaisons, playing essentially the exact same character, also reacting to vampires, except they weren't in Dangerous Liaisons.
Right?
But that fake British
I like
accent,
that movie a lot.
which Dracula or
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
Oh yeah. But yes,
Dracula's
he's like, saying his lines are like, oh god, like.
yeah. Like looking back on him, I feel like Dracula and then like to an extent Apocalypse Now are the only Coppola movies where I don't cringe when I rewatch them.
Uh,
I just rewatched Coppola and I'm just like he was really fucking overrated.
yeah, I agreed. I agree.
Like even these ones, like it's like I think that this was a good movie, but there's some moments in it that are just like, what are you doing? Like actually, some
Agree.
of it some of it reminds me in a way, obviously not taken from because that stuff came later, but it would look like montage sequences, like stylistically from like 300.
I loved Gary Oldman as
Gary Oldman was
Dracula.
great.
He was
And there was,
amazing.
yeah,
And then
there
you
was
got
a,
Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder
yeah,
amongst like Anthony Hopkins and Gary Oldman.
yeah, there was a lot to like about this movie. But yeah, there was obviously a lot of things to not like too. Actually, one of my favorite things, and this has nothing to do with the movie itself, just accept that it was involved. When we had a channel where I work called Scream way back in the day, and
Yes,
when
I
they were
remember Scream. Yep.
and they were doing a promo for this movie, and um, they did this thing where it's like you had like his head was there and they had the moving and he was going like he was singing like some home like my home Alabama, like he's singing whatever, but it kept cutting between that voice or that like head with the singing mouth and then going back to uh Hopkins, and he's going like like reacting to like the bad singing, and I was it made me laugh every time and it was so stupid. But this was right up Oldman's alley. He gets to basically like do the clumps and play like a bunch of different versions of the same guy.
Do the clumps.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you get
I
to
like
dress
that
up in all
movie.
kinds of stuff.
Even though I still like that movie.
Yeah,
But you're right. I think Francis Ford Coppola is totally overrated. I do not understand why the Godfather movies are considered the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
They're fucking boring. It's like, okay, let's watch Marlon Brando chew the scenery. Like, fuck. Like,
I didn't mind two. Well, I mean, I like I didn't mind one. I liked two, and I hated three. But I think that's
nobody liked three.
yeah. I think that like my scale just scales up and down for people. Like that's the order that they like them, but it's just some people love them and then some people hate them.
He just came out with one with Adam Driver in it, which is funny that they're both on this list. What, Megalopolis?
Megalopolis, yeah. God, yeah, I can't even bring myself to bother. All right, Topher Grace. Now, this is the Venom we all deserved.
Oh, yes.
Do you think that he got this because he looks kind of like Tobey Maguire? And it was like a yin-yang.
That's a good call, yes. Yeah, yep.
I think that's it, but I think they missed a big point about what Eddie Brock was, and Eddie Brock wasn't a smaller version of Peter Parker.
Oh, exactly.
So yeah, they missed out. But poor guy.
I agree with that one.
And for the
good
only
for Grace now.
Yeah, good for Topher Grace, and I feel bad for him now because he's not. He still does a lot of stuff, like he directs and he does stage stuff and whatever, but like he doesn't have the notoriety of all this sexual predators that he worked with in that 70s show.
Right? Oh my God, you're totally correct. Because now we already knew about Danny Masterson.
Yeah. Well,
and then it's coming out now with the whole thing with the Diddy Freak Offs and Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. And potentially Fez there. What's his face? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember anybody's name.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, today it's like I've got a little bit of a headache and it's just making me forget
too.
everybody.
I can't remember nobody's name. Fez.
Yeah. But
is he also a creeper?
Yeah, well, they said like he might be, and then one big thing that they had because they were talking about back in the day, they used to talk about how he hung out with none of these people, like in the off time and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, he's so standoffish." Then he left the show, and they're like, "Oh, what a diva, what a diva," and then like it's like, "Oh, maybe he knew a little bit more than we knew, and that's why he wasn't hanging out with these people."
Right.
So he got a little
Maybe.
credit in the end. Okay, this is the most useless thing I've ever said. So Harry Potter's mom, she's in like 4 blurry flashback.
That who that is?
Oh, I see. Okay, I
I thought Buddy
understand.
for a minute there. I thought Buddy was like the dude from Daredevil. I thought that was is that Laura Linney?
No. It's just I don't remember her name, but she's got like, and not like I'm forgetting names, as she's not anybody of real note.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the problem with her?
Okay, so I understand the point they're making, but relative to what this article is supposed to be, it's ridiculous. She's in 4 brief blurry flashbacks. Can't you find a redhead with blue eyes? Because it's everybody keeps saying that Harry Potter has his mother's eyes and he's got blue eyes.
Right.
Okay, fair. But did the role get ruined because of that? Like, it's like, oh my god, I can't even look at her. Like,
No,
that's what, like,
my God.
when you say these words, you're using hyperbole. You got to mean it. And it's not like, oh, they should have cast somebody with different color eyes or give her contacts. That's not ruined the role. That's, oh, they just made a mistake. They did something wrong here.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Like, oh,
Oh, and here's
there you
another.
go.
There's some
Yep.
more Snyder.
Yep.
Ben Affleck is older, bitter, more violent Batman. Ooh, I like the idea. Should have been Carl Urban. I don't know that I'd agree.
Urban is Batman, eh? I don't know.
I don't know that I agree with that. I don't. Again, this was, to me, this was not a his fault kind of thing. I kind of liked a grizzled thing. I would have liked. I need somebody a little older than him actually for this, but I would like to see a Batman Beyond movie eventually, where you
That's what I was
got
gonna say. I like the idea of the old grizzled Batman.
yeah.
And he's not. He doesn't have it like he did, so he's got to be brutal now.
Yeah. And like I get that. And it's like there's some things I just hated, but that was all like from Snyder's mouth. Like they basically say, I will fucking kill you and like all this stuff. But like yeah. Yeah.
Like before, Batman would just be like, you know, I'm too old to be fucking around now. I'm just gonna fuck you up fast, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, yeah, no time for finesse.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. All right. Cara Delevingne in City
Suicide
Valerian in the
Squad.
City of No, it's not that.
Valerian.
Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets. I was like, I don't think any actors ruined their roles. I think this movie was trash. That's why.
Agreed. Like who were they saying should have been in that role?
It doesn't. It just. But like yeah. Oh, and she said the dude who played Valerian was a bit better. So what? Like they were not. It's all terrible.
Not.
It's all terrible.
She was way better than he was.
Yeah. She's got that eyebrow game, son. All right, what's this?
Oh.
Kyle Reese. No, it's not. It's
right?
No, this is Terminator Genesis.
Oh.
He's
Oh God, yeah. I don't know. The whole movie was trash.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can really. Is this what made that movie bad? Like no.
No. Jai Courtney, right? That's his name?
Yeah, yes. Yep.
Yeah. He's just, I don't like him in anything. Like I've seen him in so many things and I've never cared for him in any of them. So
agreed.
So if it's, and again,
he should understand who he is and go the Casper Van Dien route.
Yeah.
Make a bunch of B movies, make us all happy, go away.
Yeah. He could be, and that's the thing, he could be like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of B movies. Like he could be a big action star in that level if he wanted to be.
Oh, totally.
Oh, you know who I thought it was actually at first glance? I thought that was Jonah Hill. Legitimately.
Jonah Hill.
I looked at it and I'm like, Jonah Hill, what is this? And then I looked and I'm like, oh, that is not Jonah Hill.
Maybe now Jonah Hill should be listening to this.
Yeah, Jonah, you're the next Kyle Reese, buddy.
Yep. Black
All
Friday.
right. Oh, how
Somebody
old
was
is
saying
this?
about Chris Pratt.
This is a very old, like, I just saw this online today and I was like, oh, it'd be funny if we went through this. It says, I don't care if it isn't out yet. I've seen all the trailers. I'm like, holy crap, that's old.
So they're obviously talking about Chris Pratt as
Yeah.
as
There was
Mario.
nothing wrong with this movie.
I like that.
In my opinion, yeah, like what I think that people don't understand how much they didn't want to hear Charles Martinet.
Which I think is insane. I would rather hear Charles Martinet, but
no, but do you want to hear him for 2 hours doing this voice?
Going 2 hours, but no.
Well, no, but okay, even 90 minutes, like 90 minutes, even an hour straight of him like delivering the lines that were written in this movie as Mario's voice. I feel like it would be real old, real fast.
Right. Well, plus, everybody wants a celebrity. You have to have
yeah.
Could the guy who did Bowser be Bowser? No.
No.
You have to have a celebrity. You have to have Jack Black, right?
Yeah. He's grizzled enough in sound. But yeah, it was, yeah, like I could have used, like, if you wanted to really pick a voice actor, I think they nailed it with Bob Hoskins in a way. It was just the movie was garbage, but you could have that kind of you could have Brooklyn guys, right, and have that kind of vibe. But yeah, I was just the role did not get ruined by the actor, which again is the whole conceit of this article, right?
And who was it Charlie Day Luigi?
Yes.
Or no, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I like that movie. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Disagree on that one. All right.
Oh.
Idris Elba in The Dark Tower. I don't really...
All I know is that the movie was garbage.
Yeah.
You cannot put that book into such a short movie.
Yeah.
I don't know who you could or could not have cast because they never read the book, so I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't see this movie, so I don't really know how.
I never read the book. I never saw the movie. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. I read the book, but years and years and years and years and years
ago.
You did? Yeah. I was on a really big Stephen King stint at one point, and I read all kinds of I was reading The Talisman and all sorts of
right,
whatever, right? But yeah, it was it was a slog. The Dark Tower is such a slog because it's so long. It's like reading the Bible 5 times. But but yeah. All right. Oh,
the Da Vinci Code.
I don't think casting Tom Hanks in anything doesn't make a movie bad. I think that the Da Vinci Code. No, but I also think the Da Vinci Code was a bad book. So I was I don't think anything got ruined. I think exactly what happened showed up on screen.
I read that book. I hated it.
Yeah, it's it's just who cares?
This is fucking exactly wow.
You know what I invite you to do? Anybody go on YouTube and look up. It's from Last Week Tonight. It's one of their web exclusives or something like that. And he just talks about the first book and movie and just breaks out. And he's how the whole thing, and he's and the code, and he's and the secret code was Apple, which we knew in the first, I solved it in the first 2 minutes. And he's but just the way he goes after certain characters and certain things. It's 20 minutes long of him just annihilating this movie. He also does one for Air Bud, which is hilarious as well. So go check those out.
Bud.
Literally, and it's just
how dare he? Air Bud is airtight.
They're so good. And no matter your politics, if you're somebody who does not like him because he's a libtard cuck, you would still like these web shorts because they're completely apolitical. They're just calling shit out, and it's funny.
Fucking Air Bud, how dare he?
Yeah. All right.
50 Shades of Grey.
Jamie Dornan as Ian. I hate that this person keeps trying to cast his own people. or her own people. I don't know. It's provided by Bored Panda. Whoever Bored Panda is thinks that Ian Somerhalder would have been better. I'm like, nobody gives a shit about Ian Somerhalder. If you're not like a
Yeah.
16-year-old girl, you're not caring about Ian Somerhalder.
They don't care either.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they talked about other people as they were leading up to this role. They were talking about like Charlie Hunnam and like all these. I think he had the role and then had to back out for whatever reason. But I don't think
I
it
feel
matters.
like a better casting choice would have been Buddy from Twisters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we have somebody in our chat.
Oh,
Ah, the name is the in the on the chat. Oh, it's the Brocast. Hey, how you guys doing? I did an interview with them. Hey, wait, now I'm. Oh wait, no, did I? Am I forgetting now? I'm having such bad memory today. It's all from my headache. But it's so nice to see you on here. Yeah, on here in the chat, it just says the. I have to like highlight to see the name, but it's really good to see you.
are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to the people in the chat. But it's good to see you too, for as
At the
much as
same
I
time?
can. Yes. I can't see them. I just
I
mean
can't
see.
hear them.
They're not talking. They were in the chat. They typed words.
Oh, what did
That's
they
why
type?
can you see this? They said, "What's up, gentlemen? Long time listener." So if I show this on stream, tell me if you can see this on your screen. Can you see that? It says long time listener.
No.
No? Oh,
Nope.
okay. Oh, that would have been more helpful. All right. That's cool that exists, though.
I'm looking at this handsome devil. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Can't get enough of him.
Next to his helicopter.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
That's the end of it. Okay. I don't know. Are there any people who you think that were like missing from this list? That becomes the next question. I'm going to unshare this thing.
Totally. Wait a second. I'm trying to think of like when I was like, why would this person? What movie? Oh, guaranteed. There's people.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking of any of them off the top of my head.
I'm probably gonna get.
Yeah.
No, that one sucked.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I'll tell you one person. There's the guy who I don't know if you've seen any of Fear the Walking Dead, but the one guy who played the one kid played like the son. He was in the early episodes, and I think he was on drugs or something like that. But he acted like I kept looking at him, and I'm like, he looks like he's trying to be a Dutch Johnny Depp. Like everything, just like every little like mannerism and everything was like he was trying to be Johnny Depp in a movie that was not about zombies. And like he was just like he was doing some foreign movie or something. And I'm like, he's Dutch Johnny Depp. And I just instantly hated him and everybody who came near him. I was just like, he just like radiated off stuff.
Anybody even around him you also hated.
Well, it was funny because the only people who I like really hated on the show were the main characters, and because there was all that family. And then they started like meeting other people, and I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I like him. It's a shame I hate all the other people, and I like don't want them to keep going on the show.
What about
I stopped watching
The Flash?
Oh,
terrible casting.
Ezra Miller. I don't know why people wanted to like put all their eggs in that basket. And I think now they've just shifted to Barry Keoghan. Like it's just like whoever, like everything that Ezra Miller was, now they're just like, yeah, Barry Keoghan's him now. And I'm just like, I don't think he's better. I feel like he's going to end up like the same. But he's, my sister met him though. And he was very nice.
Ezra Miller?
No, Barry Keoghan.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Yeah, no. If my sister met Barry Keoghan, we would have gone to her funeral or not. If my sister met Ezra Miller, yeah,
Ezra Miller, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, hopefully he's a nice guy. Like, what the hell wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
He's not Johnny Depp yet. He can be an asshole to people. You know, you gotta work up to that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to earn asshole. And
Yeah,
even then,
like,
it's
fuck, like,
yeah. I want to be so important that I just get marched past everybody on a red carpet. I don't want to talk to
yeah.
people.
And life. Life's the
Mhm.
red carpet. You get marched past everybody in life.
Yeah, for sure. All right, my man. I think that this is as good a place as any to call it. I think this was a good first experiment with doing this remotely using Riverside and actually getting some viewers. We had people on both on YouTube and Twitch watching at one point or another, and
Well, hell yeah.
so we could definitely try this again. Even if you're still like here, we could still do all of these things. It's just
Even it will be in the same room too. We'll just do it like this.
Yeah, that's fine. Awesome. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you be on your phone laying on my couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be here not wearing pants.
Oh, great.
Well, I'm not. I'm wearing shorts. It's nothing too crazy. I'm
You
just
were
shorts.
wearing pants. Did you take them off?
No, I was wearing shorts before.
You were not wearing shorts. You were wearing pants.
Dude, I have not changed. We're showing them off.
Stand up. Oh, you are wearing shorts. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll see ya.
It's because I got short little hobbit legs. Everything looks like pants on me.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All righty, well, we will call it there. And tune in next week. You get a new episode, new commentary from us. And now that Todd is back for the winter, as soon as I'm back from Disney, we'll both be around and we'll be able to knock out some shit. So
yes.
make sure to keep an eye out for that. And maybe we'll even luck out. I'm going to tease something we've talked about a million times, and maybe we could figure out how to do it before you go back to work. I really, really would like to try and do our big like canon 24-hour stream.
Yes. That would be amazing.
I would love to be able to figure that out.
Yes.
But I gotta just get rid of my whole family first. That's the only hard part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All righty. Yes, we'll leave it at that. Wherever you are checking this out right now, if you're on Twitch, make sure to follow on there. If you are on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Get the notifications so you know when we got new episodes coming out. If you are listening to this audio podcast, make sure that you are rating and reviewing wherever you do that, because it all helps us get seen. Follow us, check our show notes, follow us on all our socials and all those good things. And until next time, I say peace.
Later.
That was fun.
Quick last roll. There you go.
There we go.
Please
Awesome.